All right, looks like I'm live. What's up, CEOs? I'm back with how it works as a part-time dealer. So if you're watching this right now, then you're probably watching a replay. So type replay for me so I can see what time you're watching. And welcome. I'm Shamel, and I started the Auto Dealer Business School. Like, I'm doing these videos because when I first got licensed, I was sitting in my office and I was just so frustrated and I felt so alone because I had no idea what I was doing and I didn't really have anyone to ask. And then of course I met other dealers at the auction, but they weren't really forthcoming with information. And to be honest, the way they ran their business, I was like, I don't think that's how I want to run my business though. So I started Auto Dealer Business School to help you to get the resources you need to like run a big business on any budget. So let me know who's watching. I see a couple of people have come on. Looks like James is here. What's up, James? Can you guys hear me? Just let me know that because, you know, it's always something going on with the technology. So I just want to make sure it's working right. Okay. Let me know. So part-time dealer is a hot topic. I've done probably like a lot of the strategy sessions. I haven't counted them up lately, but I think I'm at like 300 over the years. And hey, Steven. And the one thing that keeps coming up over and over again is this idea of being a part-time dealer. So I'm going to just say this, okay? Full disclaimer. I don't know much about being a part-time dealer because that is not my experience, okay? So I am not talking from experience here. I am talking from what I think it looks like from people I've worked with and from just being in the business myself, okay? So let me just let you know that I am definitely just putting together the details as I know it, all right? So there are three types of people who have come to me. Hey, Mary. Wanting to know how to, you know, sell cars part-time, start their own business part-time, right? So the first person that I've talked to is the person who is trying to figure out how to start. Okay, they're thinking about part-time because they know they have limits in their budget, which really is like limits with, you know, inventory. They have limits on staffing. They have limits on how much they can spend on the location, right? So since they're thinking that way, they're like, okay, I don't have enough money. I don't think I have enough money to do it like this. So, hey, Raymond from Arkansas. So let me figure out how to do it part-time because full-time trying to start getting my own license costs all this money that I don't know about. Okay. And I don't know where I'm getting it from. Okay. So that's the first person who I've talked to is like, how do I start part-time to save some money and just get started? Then the second person I've talked to is the person who is licensed. And I've also worked with, excuse me, hold on. Okay. So the second person I talked to is the person who's actually licensed and they have a full-time job, but they're trying to figure out like how to run their business on the side, like with their job and builds it up. Okay. So hold on, let me get some more of it. All right. So they don't feel confident enough to quit their job, but they want to eventually quit their job. What's up, Dre? So that's the second person, okay? The one who's licensed, they got their own license, has a full-time job, and is trying to build this on the side. So they're like, how does this part-time dealer work, right? And the third person I've talked to has been the one who's working as a representative with someone else, and they're trying to build their money up. They're trying to, you know, build their business, stack some money so that they could possibly get their own license or figure out where to go after that, right? So those are the three people I've talked to who have been asking about part-time dealer, like being a part-time dealer. Okay. The one who is trying to start, the one who already got started but has a full-time job, and then the one who is working as a representative to stack some money so that they can figure out what's the next step. All right. In all these situations, aside from the person who needs to get licensed. So I guess I need to talk about them first. So the person who needs to get licensed, how to start as part-time, it really depends on your state, okay? If you're trying to get your own license, you have to satisfy all the requirements of the state. Good morning, Kelvin. I mean, that's just the way it is. So instead of saying, oh, how do I get around it? Maybe ask, well, how is it possible for me to satisfy all these requirements with this budget I have? Or how is it possible to get more money so that I can satisfy these requirements and get my license so that, I can get into the business, right? The other way to do that is to be a representative of someone else's dealership. Now, I don't want to say I don't recommend that. I think that, you got to do what you got to do. And getting started is getting started. Okay. So let me just say that getting started is getting started however you get started. So just get started and everything else will unfold after that. Right. But what I want to say about the representative is definitely limiting your business growth, because you are at the whim of the dealer and there are certain things you cannot do. And those are the things that you need to do to grow your business. Like, most representatives don't offer financing because they can't. How are they going to do that without, the being ripped off, like their money never getting to them, so there are some limitations there with the representative path. So if you're going to start, you have two decisions to make, whether you want to do it part-time or full-time. That is, get your license where you are, or be a representative with another dealer. Okay. That's two choices. Okay. Because to get your business started, you have to, get access to all of the resources for dealers. Okay. And the way to do that is with a license. All right. So, any questions? Cause like I said, I'm not talking from experience here. I am talking from, what I've learned from the people I've talked to and the people I've worked with. Okay. And then the people who have invested in working with me, which same as work with, but okay. So any questions about that? How to start representative, get your license. Any questions? Let me know. All right. So, for everyone else. So once you get to the auction, all right, however you get there, getting your license or get a representative, once you get to the auction, part-time is the same as full-time. Part-time is the same as full-time. A part-time business requires the same things that a full-time business requires. Okay, a part-time dealership requires the same things a full-time dealership requires. And those things are, you have to have a product, cars to sell. You have to have operations, which is like your paperwork, your back office, your systems. And you have to build some kind of image for your business. Like, who are you and why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, those are the auto dealer basics, which is why I call that program Auto Dealer Basics, because those are really the basics of everything you need to know. And everybody who gets started, whether full-time or part-time, has the same issues. They need to increase their profit per car. They need to decrease the time between sales. And they need to be okay with the kind of car that they're selling. Meaning, cash cars are not the most sexy, right? But they are the ones to build your business up the fastest, whether you're part-time or full-time. All right. So Mary has a question. I have my license and location. I'm doing some repairs, but I want my main business to focus on the auto sales. Okay. So that's great. So what do you think you need for your main business to focus on auto sale? I've been watching your videos through the process. You have been my mentor. Oh, you're welcome. I agree. You put in this. I agree. You have to put in this business. It says Seymour. You have to put in this business. So yeah, you have to put in, right? Which is what I'm trying to say. Capital. Okay, so capital is your barrier, Mary. Kelvin, do you have suggestions going to the auction several times just to listen to the auctioneer first to figure out what he's saying? Yes, I also have. So yes, I do suggest you listen and get familiar with the auctioneer and how that auctioneer speaks. I also have audio in the group of my favorite auctioneer that you can listen to over and over. Now, not all auctioneers auctioneer the same. They all have their own kind of style. It's almost like singers. They have their own kind of, you know, something, something. So you definitely have to get used to the auctioneers that are at your location. But I have that audio there to help you to get familiar with how it can go. Okay. Yeah, time and capital. I'm working on that now. Okay, capital. So time and capital. For capital, what I want to say is this. There are a couple ways that you can build up capital through repairs and detailing. It's just slow. I'm also going to be hosting auto basic classes in person. All right. That sounds wonderful, Mary. So, what I want to say about capital is, yes, you need money. This is not the business to try to do it with no money and to try to do it with little money, right? This is the business that if you have money and if you have the right kind of guidance or education, then you can really blow up, okay? How much money you need really depends on how much your licensing process is and how much inventory you want to buy. Okay. So those are the two things you need to consider is how much is the license going to cost me and how much inventory do I want to buy. All right. And then that's how you decide on your budget. What I think a good budget is I think $20,000 is a great budget to start. Do I think you have to have 20,000 to start? No, I think you could start with 10. And I think you can still do great. But know this, the smaller your budget, the more precise your moves need to be because you're going to pay for lessons, especially if you do not have a mentor. You are going to spend money learning things about the business in mistakes. Okay. You're going to buy the wrong car or you're going to buy something unexpected or you're going to hire somebody, you know, who doesn't pan out. Something is going to happen where you're going to have to spend money on that lesson. Now, a mentor can help you save that money by giving you the game plan ahead of time and saying, hey, these are the things that you're going to have to watch out for. And, you know, so you can save the money. All right. So just know, so yes, you need to have capital. How to get capital? You know, I would have to say right now we're in a great time of asking for money from banks, institutions, etc. So get your paperwork together so you can qualify for some of the money that they're throwing into small businesses right now. So small businesses are a focus right now because everyone realizes that it is small businesses that keeps our economy growing. So get out there and get this money. Like you just got to try. Even if they say no, ask them why, you know, and then be better for the next person so they can say yes. Okay. Like you just got to try to get the capital. Let's see what other questions we had. Financing is also good. You need to build your bank portfolio. Watch out with some banks. Westlake, for example. Right. Yeah. You know, Westlake is there to do some hard deals, but they are definitely, you definitely have to be savvy, I would just say, and not desperate. Okay. So far we put in about 8,000 rent and deposit and licensing, right about the precise moves. Yes. The smaller your budget, the more precise your moves. I need help with financing my customers. Okay, you need banks. Okay, you need third-party lenders to hook up with. That's your Westlake. I was talking to one of the members of Auto Dealer Business School recently who told me about a company called I Prefer Payments. Check them out. And then there are a couple of others that I think I'm going to start having somewhere so you can have a resource for financing, because financing is definitely going to change your business. But what I want to say about financing is this: those finance cars take longer to sell. So I've seen it time and time again. I even did it in my own business, which was once I got to a certain place and I could offer financing, I was like, I don't want to sell these cash cards. You know, I want to sell something that's more representative of me and who I am, right? So I want to sell some nicer cards. But those cars take longer to move. So you need those cash cars still, okay? So don't load your business up with finance cars unless you can hold out financially and wait for those payments to come back, okay? Low budget does force you from impulsive buys you will regret later. I have a degree in accounting and I used to audit car dealerships. I'm ready for Westlake. Okay, Mary, yes. You have to be ready for Westlake for sure. Okay, so what I wanna make sure I give you is this. Even if you're selling part-time or full-time, you're still selling cars. You still need to qualify those cars. You still need to make sure you have high profit per car. You still need to market your cars so they sell quickly. You still need business operations. You still need to build your image, okay? And that's why I've created the Auto Dealer Basics program, because those are literally the basics of selling cars for profit as a business, okay? You need all of those things to feel like you know what you're doing and for it to really pay off. You know, all those things work together to put you in a better place, the place where you want to be, you know, your dream dealership, money coming in, sales happening out of the blue, people, you know, being excited to buy your cars and not necessarily negotiating much or caring about how much it costs, or you know, all of these things. These are the basics of building that kind of business where you have a product, you price that product, and people are like, yes, I'm going to buy that product because I believe in you. I believe in your business because you run a tight ship. Like, your business is all that, right? You need all those things to make your business run. So those are the Auto Dealer Basics. Now, I do realize that some people are not ready yet for the operations part. Sales is the most important part of any business. Okay, if you can get the sales and you can get the revenue, you can figure everything else out later. But you definitely have to get that revenue. So if your focus right now is the cars you're selling, getting your profit up, picking better cars, selling them faster, then I have a program called Part-Time Dealer, which just focuses on the cars and getting your revenue up. So it focuses on that, as well as has some other things. I'm also going to have some financing suggestions in there. I'm making some improvements to it because I realize there needs to be a few extra things for you to thrive. And so I'm going to be adding some things that I'll probably list later in the group. But Part-Time Dealer will help you get your revenue up, because no matter if you're a representative, if you are licensed and you got another job, or if this is your full-time thing, you need to increase your revenue. You need to buy more cars. You need to be confident about the cars you're buying. You need to be confident about the cars you're selling. You need to have lots of profit, and you need to sell them quickly, okay? So that'll be Part-Time Dealer. I'll put a link in the description for you to get more information. I'll also put a link in the description for Auto Dealer Basics. If you are like, okay, I need to figure out how this works for me, I have some special circumstances. That's why I have the strategy sessions. I've done like 300 something over the years, I believe now. And every time people say that it's helped them. It's helped them to see what their next move is, or at least put the plan together. So if that's you, then I'll put the link in the description for the strategy session as well. Okay, so was this helpful? Let me know if this was helpful. You have any other questions? Raymond, I'm in the process of sending my paperwork for my license. Yes, Raymond, that's right. Get started. You can do it. You can analyze and you can strategize forever. But the one thing that I have learned over the years is that movement will create what you need next. So as long as you have the expectation that that you can do this and that everything will come to you that you need, if you get started, that is the most important thing. So just get started. Remember, take care of the recon part. Build your reputation by selling good cars. I've had customers returns from cars I sold 2 years ago because they said I sold them a good car. Yes. So you have to build your business on a good customer relationship, okay? Because there is a lot of competition out here. People can buy cash cars from anywhere. There are a lot of people buying cash cars. There are a lot of people getting into the business. You need to build your business on quality cars, and you can do it even with cash cars, okay? So definitely the recon part is important too. And that is what I talk about in Part-Time Dealer, because one of my issues when I first started was not knowing how much money to put in, not knowing what to fix, not knowing what would make this car a better buy for my customer. Now I know, and that's what I show you. I show you how I spend $300 on each car to recondition it. Okay, so around $300. Most time $300 or less. So yes, if you are trying to figure out that part, like I said, revenue is the most important. Once you have the money rolling in, you can throw money at all the other problems. So get your revenue up so you can solve all these other problems very easily and move on to building what you know you can build, okay? Because it really is within reach. It really is something you can do. Is there a good place to get a business startup loan kind of easy? I wish I knew, but I don't know of a place to get a startup loan really easy. You just have to, I would say a credit union. Credit union loans are by far my favorite. Okay, so I would say start with a credit union, your credit union. If you don't have a credit union, find a credit union you can belong to. Start there with a loan. Credit unions are by far my favorite. Okay, that would be my first choice. That would be my first choice. I was going to say, some of the other locations like SBA and, banks, but they tend to be a little more complicated. Credit unions are your friends. So start with your credit union. Okay. Could you please explain what to expect from some customers that want something for nothing? I deal with all this all the time. Yes. Hey, Shemel, I appreciate what you do. Yes, girl. Cleopatra. Yes. You're welcome. Get a line of credit if you own a home. That's true. If you own a home, it's cheaper. Definitely. Okay. If you own a home, you could definitely use your home as collateral for your loan. The customers that expect something for nothing. You are in a business with customers. All customers expect something for nothing. Think about you as a customer. When you go into different places, you know, what do you expect? And what do you, and how do you act? And I'm not saying you act like some of the customers that come, because I've had some situations, but being in business has taught me definitely about treating people, even as a customer. Okay. Because there are some customers that, definitely have unrealistic expectations. So it's our job as a professional to set realistic expectations. I know you have heard about setting boundaries before. Well, that's a boundary. A realistic expectation is a boundary. So you need to set boundaries with your customers about, what's real and what's not. If you're buying a $3,000 car, let me tell you what's real and what's not. That's the first thing I would have to say. The other thing I'd have to say is this. I have a much bigger vision with this car business. And so in addition to Auto Dealer Business School, I'm starting up Cars 101 for women. And part of why I'm doing that is to set realistic expectations of what you can get for your money. And so for the members of the Auto Dealer Business School, once Cars 101 for Women is live, because most of my clients are women, most of my buyers are women, okay? When it is live, it will be another tool to help you to set boundaries within your customer relationship. So that is something I'm working on for the members. And so I will let you know when that is available, because we can't be out here trying to be good auto dealers and these customers are trash. Okay, they have to know what's up too. Like, they have to understand how this works too. So that is definitely something I'm working on, and I will let you know when it is available for you, okay, to pass on to your customers, to educate them, because it's just education, okay? Everybody is scared of buying a car, especially buying a used car. So if you can educate them, then, you know, they already have a better relationship with you. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. I think I'm going long. I try to keep these like 15, 20 minutes. I think I kind of went over, but part-time dealer has been a big topic. So if this was not something you thought it would be, then put in the comments like what else you would have liked to hear. But I think it was about capital, licensing, and getting that revenue up, right? So hopefully I've covered those, but definitely let me know if not. I'm always praying for you guys' success. Let me know if you need anything. Definitely schedule a strategy session if you're ready. And check out Part-Time Dealer if you think that that's the next move for you. And yeah, I'll see you next time. You pretty much need to train certain customers. Yes, you sure do. You got to train all your customers, really. You did, thanks. Okay, great. I'm glad. So, part-time dealer, full-time dealer, basically the same thing. Get your money up. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.